Welcome back to the Big Leagues podcast. David and Isaac here. Got the NBA Finals starting on June 6th. Boston Celtics versus Dallas Mavericks. Pretty exciting matchup, to be honest. You know, we got Luka Doncic, like elite star in his first finals. Like he's got a real stake at some big legacy implications here. And then on the other side, the Celtics haven't won with this core, so it'll be exciting to see how this plays out. Celtics are the favorites at minus 225. Dallas Mavericks underdogs plus 185. Who do you got winning this series?
Well, as the number one Jason Tatum hater around, I'm gonna take the Mavericks, and it's not even just because I want to pick against the Celtics to pick against the Celtics. I honestly think kind of that they found some, PJ Washington and Derrick Jones Jr. and Gafford. I think they've kind of finally got a few role players that have kind of meshed well with Luka and Kyrie, because here's what they're bringing. They're really long. Like, they're all long. Like, Derrick Jones Jr. is probably 6'9", and he's got bunnies. He's a long, lengthy defender that he just dunks and shoots threes. Like, he's giving you kind of what you need. And then PJ Washington, same, protects the rim, can shoot from outside. And then Gafford was better than Rudy Gobert in that series. So, and Kyrie and Luka, last night, 36 apiece. Just crazy
unreal
performances. And I just trust Kyrie and Luka more than I trust Jaylen Brown and Tatum to get it done when it matters. So I'm gonna take Mavericks in 7. I just think that if their supporting cast can give them enough, then I think Luka and Kyrie can get the job done. And I think that Tatum and Brown just aren't gonna be able to step up to the level that they're gonna play at in the clutch moments. So I think it's gonna be close, but that's for me why I went Mavs. Who do you got?
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so torn. At one point, I was kind of hating on the Celtics this year. I was like, you know what? I think that a team from the West is gonna win. I thought the Nuggets were gonna beat them, and then once the Nuggets were out, I thought the Timberwolves were gonna beat them. And now it's the Mavericks, and I'm a big Mavericks guy. I love Luka. I think he's phenomenal. But man, the Celtics just match up so well against Dallas. I was thinking about the matchups that the Celtics could put on Luka and Kyrie. I'm like, geez, they could put Tatum on Luka, and they could put Jaylen Brown on Kyrie. And then I was thinking about it more. I'm like, oh my gosh, they got Drew Holiday and Derek White still. They can really do whatever they want. They can switch everything. It's a tough matchup. And then on the other end, I'm not sure who they're gonna put on Tatum. Could be a couple of guys, but I don't really see anyone that can really check Tatum that well on that team. So it's tough. I definitely won't be betting on it. If you're gonna put a gun to my head, I want to know what Porzingis' status is going to be.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to know that till right before tip off. I think it would be stupid to say either way, but I think he's. If I had to guess, I think he is going to be playing game 1.
Game 1, really?
I have a feeling. I don't know. Hard to say. They didn't really need him against Indiana, so maybe they were just ramping him up and keeping him shelved. Is kind of a theory that I might have, but.
I mean,
yeah.
I think Porzingis could be the X factor. I think Boston would have a tough time winning without him.
I think if Porzingis is playing from game 1, I think I will be picking the Celtics, but I won't feel great about it because I'm a big believer in who has the best player in the series, and that for me is unequivocally Dallas, and I think they have the 3rd best player in the series too. I mean, Luke and Kyrie have just been so hot this playoffs that. It's tough to pick against them, but Celtics have been a juggernaut, so tough.
I mean, I'd go as far to say, if we're talking, clutch moments, fourth quarter, I'd rather Kyrie than Tatum or Brown. I'm Kyrie's the only one that's been here and done. I mean, Boston's lost the Warriors, but Kyrie's hit, one of the biggest shots in the history of the NBA. Nothing phases him, and I don't know. I mean, to be fair, what you're saying, that the Celtics match up well, which they do. They got 2 of the best perimeter defenders to guard, and Jaylen Brown's also a really good defender. So they got 3 really good matchups. But still, McDaniels and Ant got singed, and they're really good defenders.
That's true.
I don't know. If Porzingis is healthy, I'm still gonna stick with Mavericks in 7, but I think Gafford. It's gonna be tough playing because Gafford's kind of just a rim protector. I think when Porzingis
Mhm.
pulls him out of the paint, he's gotta defend the perimeter. I think that'll be tough for him.
And like the Celtics are pretty shallow too. Like I don't really trust a whole lot of their depth, and they've been relying so heavily on Al Horford playing him so many minutes, and
Yeah.
he's up there in age and miles. So like I'm obviously not hoping for injuries or anything, but like I feel like there's a chance he could be breaking down here. Like this is a lot of mileage to put on such an old player and have him as such a key part of the roster. I mean, if Porzingis comes in, they'll obviously probably push him to the bench, but I think Dallas is a bit deeper of a team, and they've just been really hot. And the Celtics have been good, but they haven't really faced really tough competition. So they've kind of been able to just kind of cruise their way into the finals. And you see it sometimes, like in NBA or in other sports too, like in the playoffs or anything. Like one good example is like the World Juniors when Canada had like an unreal team beating everyone 10-1, but then they lost in the finals and like a lot of people were saying, oh, like they just were never tested, so they didn't have to face any adversity. And that the gold medal game is the first time they faced adversity. I kind of feel like that's how this could play out for the Celtics, where, you know, the first round, I like barely even remember who they played. Um, the Heat with no
It
Jimmy
was
Butler, like not a tough
Cavs
matchup
without
whatsoever. Cavs
yeah.
without Mitchell, Pacers without Halliburton, like that's about as easy as a path as it gets. So they got to play a real team now. Like the Mavericks won the West, and they deserve to win the West. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I do. I think if you put a gun in my head, I would go Celtics, but I could for sure see the Mavericks winning this.
I think honestly, like whoever wins game one, I think if the Mavericks going to Boston win game one, I think I like their chance, but I think it's crucial for them to win game one, to be honest.
I
Because
think Luka's gonna have to go nuclear for Dallas to win.
but like Luka, like I've watched a little bit of the Thunder series. I watched like a good bit of the Wolves series. They play great defense on him, like hand in his mouth. He still just hits the step back. Like
Yeah, I
if it was
know.
on
He's
2K, it'd be
unreal.
100% smothered red contest, and
Unreal.
he just hits it, and he doesn't even like sell. It's just casual to him, just
Like
hitting like shots in people's mouth.
I think for the Mavericks to win, I feel like Luka's gonna have to average like 35, 10, and 10. But oh wait, that's what he averaged like all season. Like
Yeah,
he really averaged more than that, so he's
I
definitely capable of
I
it.
feel like if Luka wins, like I think his career is on the top 10 all time
I was just
trajectory.
trajectory. I was gonna ask that. Like, what's at stake for Luka here? If he wins this chip, wins the Finals MVP, I mean, he won't have any MVPs at this point, but putting that like those rings are crucial.
But like, okay, here I gotta. So where would you have Dirk all time? Let's just say like top
Dirk,
25 ish,
I
top
think
25 ish, like around
for
there.
sure, easily
Probably.
top 25.
Yeah. Well,
Uh,
I'm just saying like borderline. Anyways, let's say Luka wins this championship, Finals MVP, doesn't win another ring for the rest of his career, but just keeps putting up like this 30, 10 and 10, 33, like 8 and 8. I'd say he's better than Dirk all time. Like let's say he
I
wins
mean,
this, because
he's like Luka's also gonna win some MVPs. Like, ain't no way he doesn't win
yeah, he's
MVPs.
absolutely due. And like this Celtics team, like if Luka beats it, like this would be one of the best strings we've seen in the last while for me. Like I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
think
better
it'd be
than Denver,
impressive.
better than Golden State, better than Milwaukee, better than LA. Comes probably
Yeah,
back
I
to the
mean,
Raptors.
they played the Clippers in the first round. I mean, we had that series 50-50. Like,
I'd
either
I'd
team could have
Clippers
won it.
as I'd Clippers as probably a top 4 contender going into the
Yeah,
playoffs.
like
Like
I mean, it was tough because Kawhi wasn't really
Kawhi
a
was
factor
hurt.
in that series, but it was still like Clippers were still a tough team. And then like OKC was a really good team, and the
The
Timberwolves are a
number
really
one
good team.
seed. Number one
Yeah.
seed.
I
Um,
think what's more interesting is let's say the Mavericks win this, and let's just say Luka like tears both ACLs and never plays another game of basketball. I want to list you some shooting guards, and you tell me if you think he'd be like already would be higher than them all time.
are you ranking Luka as a shooting guard
Yeah,
for you? Okay.
I don't
He's
know.
kind of a one, but
You could put him at one, but I just think
I'll say
he
he's a
was
two.
initially a shooting guard, so we'll
I
say
know a
shooting
name.
guards.
I know a few names I'm gonna hear. Okay, go ahead.
Like let's say like we'll start off like towards the like Vince Carter, like he clears.
Yep.
Ginobili,
Yep.
Dumars.
Yep. I mean, like little old head, little before my time, but
Yeah,
like I'd
yeah,
still say
I
like
guess.
Dumars wasn't
I'll
even
try
like
to
a number
stick to
one option.
some more current names.
Yeah.
Like Ray Allen.
Yep.
Like he's got a wipe. Klay Thompson.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say
Clay
because
didn't
Klay
even make
Thompson was at
Clay didn't
best
even
a two. On
Clay didn't even make All NBA 75, which I mean probably should have, but like he has 4 rings, can't take it away from him, but he was third option at best for 2 of them, and then second option at best for 1 of them. Then I'd say he was third option behind Wiggins, the most recent one, honestly. Wiggins kind of in the finals is that guy. Anyways, not to disrespect Clay, but
We're
keep
kind of
going.
going on a bit of a tangent here, but I think it is
Yeah.
interesting, like to look at people's legacies and like where they could finish. I mean, like what do you think the ceiling is for Luka in terms of like let's just rank him
Like
at a two. I mean, I don't think he can pass Michael. I don't think he can pass Kobe. Like
like
can he pass D Wade? Like I feel like he could.
D Wade.
Yeah,
Well, here's the thing. I think
Harden.
he'd need.
He can easily clear Harden.
Yeah, well, like Harden's gonna finish like top probably 6 in scoring,
Yeah.
and he's probably gonna finish like top 3 in assist, and like finish like second and 3. Like Harden's honestly, like I know he doesn't have the ring, but like numbers wise, he's gonna be like pretty up there.
I would currently have him like right around top 30.
Who, Harden?
Yeah.
Okay, well I was saying shooting guards, he's at worst
Oh.
fourth. At
Yeah,
worst,
no.
at worst fourth.
Way higher than top 30 shooting guards, yeah. You think at worst fourth?
Like Dwayne Wade, him and Dwayne Wade for me is arguable, but everything else ain't close. Like he clears Allen Iverson.
I think I have him above Iverson. I think I would have Jerry West over him, but I mean, we're going back into the archives for that one.
Yeah. I'd say Luka. Are we talking shooting guard? Like shooting guard, he can be the third best. I'd give him that. All time, like, jeez, like it depends how long he plays, but like he seriously like probably be the only player that have a chance to catch LeBron for like all time points.
Yeah. He's the only guy in the NBA right now that could sniff that. That he's
Um,
lucky. Like even like that's
so
gonna be so hard.
let's just say let me just mock up a little career for him. He gets we'll say 2 rings, 2 Finals MVPs. Let's say 3 regular season MVPs. Let's say he's second all time scoring leader. Like
10 all NBA first team.
Yeah. Well, no, he's getting
At
at least
least
15. He's getting at least 15. He
at
already
least
has,
15?
he already has more All NBA first teams than Curry and Jokic. Like that's something like people
Crazy.
don't even realize. Like the
Yeah.
man's already got 5 All NBA first teams.
Yeah,
Like, and
nuts.
unless he gets hurt, like he's gonna just keep racking them up.
Yeah, I mean that's true. Jeez.
Like
I think like a realistic like he'll be top 15, I think.
all time.
Easy.
I
Yeah,
think
top
so.
15. At the
Like
worst.
I think like I have Kevin Durant probably like 12 or 13th all time. Like I'm sorry, like I think Kevin Durant's career could have been like he could have got to like top 5. He could have been like around like 5th, 6th best player of all time if everything went right.
Yeah.
I think Luka could be better than him all time. Like serious, I think I think it's not even like a hot take if Luka
it's
just keeps
definitely a
going.
possibility. Like yeah, I mean, I don't really think there's a whole lot of legacy questions in terms of the Celtics, but
Yeah, like what would you have? Where would you put Tatum like in the league right now?
in the league right now, if he
If he gets
wins,
Finals MVP, and
I
like
don't think
he
for me
plays
it wouldn't
well.
change because like the Celtics' strength is just how good they are as a team. Like it's not like Tatum's carrying them, you know what I mean? Like it's just a team. So I don't think I would really have that changed. I think
But
if
like,
if Luka wins, would you put him at number 1 in the world right now?
yep, I already have him at number 1.
Do you?
And yeah, like
Yeah.
him and you know my kind of top 3, like Giannis, and Jokic.
Yeah. That's everyone's top 3. If he wins the ring, I feel like the way we've been doing it recently is that you'd have to like the precedent is that you put him at number 1.
Last like 5 rings, it's been whoever
Yeah.
kind of carried them to the ring has been the best player. So
Yeah.
I think if Luka wins,
He
nothing
takes the
should change.
belt.
I think he should unanimously be the best player, probably.
Yeah. So you think if the Mavericks win, do you think like Luka for sure wins Finals MVP? You think Kyrie has a chance?
I mean, I think I think Kyrie would have if he like just borderline averaging like 30 plus, and Luka maybe kind of is just like a 25, 9 and 9 guy. And like I think if Kyrie like had a huge game 7 and their numbers are similar, like I don't think it's outrageous.
Yeah, I think there's
But
like for sure a non-zero chance. I think
but
like it's probably gonna be
I
Luka.
I also think there's kind of like a bias. Like for example, when the Lakers won, like there's an argument for AD, but I think kind of it's like okay, it's LeBron's team. We're giving the Finals MVP to
Yeah,
LeBron.
but
So
it's also LeBron too. He kind of
yeah,
gets those kind of like he gets the benefit of the doubt
but
in
like
all
let's just say
cases.
last year, if Jamal Murray's like numbers were pretty close to Jokic, like I still think they would have gave it to Jokic. Just
Yeah,
kind of it's
that's just
his
how it
team.
works. Like he is the best player on the team, so he probably wins. And then do you think like probably same thing with Tatum? I mean, like Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
I
I like
there's
I
there's
think there's a
nothing more
non-zero chance, but
than I'd love to see Jaylen Brown win just to for Tatum to hold that. But like
yeah,
I think they kind of gave Jaylen Brown like the benefit of the doubt for the Eastern Conference Finals MVP because they're letting him know that they'll be giving Tatum the benefit of the doubt.
for sure. So
Yeah,
your final pick is Mavericks in 7.
Mavs in 7, and your
I think
Celtics
I'm gonna
in
say. I think I'm gonna say Celtics in 7. I would between that maybe Celtics in 6, but
like
I feel like that's disrespectful to Luka and
I think
Kyrie.
Celtics could possibly win 5 or 6, but I think if the Mavs are going to win, they have to win in 7, probably 7 or
Yeah,
6. I
I
think
mean they could win in 6 if everything goes right.
yeah,
Like Luka just
if
explodes.
Porzingis
But
is out and Tatum shit in the bed again, like they definitely could. But
yeah. All right. Well, it'll be good to watch this finals. Like this video, subscribe. We'll be back with more videos soon.